So let us discuss how to use this formula practically on calculating the returns for mutual funds. In mutual funds, I have made two categories. One is for non-SIP, where you make a bulk one-time investment and have one-time or a periodic redemptions, whereas the other one is where you have a month-on-month SIPs, which is more common among the retail investors. So the first option, let us go for a non-SIP. So let us assume that last year February you made a lump sum investment of say 10 lakhs or 5 lakhs. Okay, this is last year February, and you redeemed it last week, somewhere last week. So let us make the date format identical, and your redemption value was maybe 5 lakh 36,000. This is very much similar to whatever we saw in the previous video, where you saw the practical application of the XIRR formula. But the beauty or the power lies when we have more complications or additional details. So let us go to the basic stuff whatever we have now. So it's very straightforward. You invested on 1st February 5 lakhs, and last week 15th June you have 5 lakh 36,000. So let us calculate the returns. So I put XIRR open brackets, values the money values first, followed by the dates. This is showing a negative or a error because the outgo was not entered as negative, because the investor amount is outgo from your end and it should always be negative. And we have the returns here, which is around 5%, 5.2%. This is the returns whatever you got over your investment. Now the real beauty lies when there are more additional values in this transaction. Say in between you had received a dividend of say 6,000 rupees. So that when I append it, dividend, maybe somewhere on 31st December you got it, 6,000 rupees. Since that is inflow, we calculate it as plus value, and you can see the returns has increased from 5.2 percentage to 6.09 percentage. So let me make it slightly bigger for you all to see. Okay, 6.09%. And now what else is possible in such a transaction? Or you made an intermediate investment, like after February, you got some more money on maybe 1st of June, and you invested in another 1 lakh. Since it's outgo, you're putting as negative value, and of course your redemption value also will increase. This is maybe around 6 lakhs 40,000, and now your returns is at 5 lakh 80,000. So now let me move on to the calculation of SIP. So this is more common in retail investors, where we do a SIP for a fixed amount for a couple of months and then redeem it based on our life goals. So in this example, let me consider that I am doing SIP for 10,000 rupees month on month. So since that is an outflow from me, it's all negative values. So I do this SIP till 1st of December for 12 months. So the amount invested for this 12 months is 12 into 10,000 per month is around 1 lakh 20,000. And I redeem it on 31st December. After the last SIP, I decided to redeem everything in one go, and I get say 1 lakh 35,000 as my redemption proceeds. So now let us use this formula to see how much returns we have made in our investment. It's equal to XIRR. First the financial numbers, followed by the date range. So in one go we got the result as 24%. Now let us do some more tweaking on this. Say assume you would have got a dividend somewhere mid-year. You would have got first or 31st July. You got some maybe 60,000. You would have got some 5,000 rupees, say. So that is the inflow to you. So it remains as positive. And now we can see the returns have shot up to 33.24 percentage. And there is a tax to be paid since you have made a gain here, and it's a short-term tax. So in this, the gain amount is 1,35,000 minus 1,20,000. It is roughly 15,000. And tax is a short-term tax of 15% over this 15,000. So the tax amount is 2,250, which I pay before the 15th March due date. So since that is the outgo from you, you need to put it as negative value minus 2250. Remember, I'm just taking an approximate number for demonstration. Of course, you may have to calculate the surcharge or whatever when you do the tax calculations. I'm just taking here just to illustrate the idea behind it. So you can add any number of iterations or any number of possibilities in these transactions, and you can get the results here dynamically, but only ensure that your formula covers the entire range of the transaction. See, now I enter the last value 2250, it's not getting covered, and hence it will not give an accurate result. So I need to extend this formula to cover this range as well. Once done, whatever was 33.24 percentage becomes now 29.57 percentage. So like that you can do it for 36 months. If you have done a SIP for 36 months, you can bring in all the values here and calculate the XARR.